Right here is Cape Agulhas, and right here is where the Indian and the Atlantic Ocean meet. 10.5 months later, we have finished crossing an ocean. Our 2 wee children have crossed an ocean. It's kind of a big deal, man. It's kind of huge. Can you believe it? What's happened in this, Ben? Well, I mean, really, what's happened? It's been a big year.
One kid out of diapers, the other kid learned to walk, and we broke the boat. I think that's often the thing, is when you go on like a circumnavigation, you don't know what you're gonna encounter, and it's scary and worrisome, and it produces a lot of anxiety, but you have to overcome these things if you want to sail around the world. And I think that's often the case, is the fear of what you think is going to happen is never directly related to the actual risk. And I think that's kind of the big lesson for me this year, is the two are not correlated. You can go sail across an ocean, and what's going on in your mind is not necessarily factual. What about you, Ash? What's been the biggest learning experience for you?
A lot harder with kids. I keep saying to people, we're not nearly as much fun as we used to be. We have fun, we have a lot of fun, but our kids, they go to bed. Sometimes we go to bed too. Yeah, no, it's been really, really good. It's definitely harder cruising with kids, but it's really rewarding, and it's been a lot of fun having them along for the ride. We're really stoked to kind of hit Cape Town, get the boat tidied away, and carry on and keep going. Take them to a whole bunch of more amazing and beautiful and wonderful places. And that's what this is all about, is meeting people, seeing beautiful places, and just catching a glimpse of the beautiful world that we live in.
So we're just coming up to Point of Good Hope. The flash, you can start to see the flash of the lighthouse. It's about 5 a.m. right now. About an hour's time, it'll be light out, and I'll get Ashley up and the kids up. Crowning the Cape of Good Hope. Yeah, man, feels like I'm top of the world. Our journey across the Indian Ocean has been life-changing. From the picturesque bays in Thailand to the calms off Sri Lanka, the unexpected twists and turns through the Maldives to the stunning shores off Madagascar. We've been blessed with the most incredible adventures, and we've been humbled by the generosity and kindness of strangers who welcomed us into their homes and shared their traditions with us. Yeah. Wow. But we haven't quite crossed the finish line yet. We find ourselves in Knysna. 400 miles to the west lies Cape Agulhas, the southernmost point of Africa. Beyond that lies Cape of Good Hope, a landmark that has captured the imagination of explorers and adventurers for centuries. And before all of that, we must get out of what the British Navy once called the most dangerous harbor entrance in the world. It's 6 a.m. this morning. I just flew the heads with a drone to see what they're like, but this is a marker, mid-channel marker buoy here in the Knysna lagoon, and there's a lot of current. It kind of makes sense now why there is such big standing waves off the heads. It's just this current just rips out there, then the wind comes in, and the two come up and create a big standing wave. So
that was the leading line to go in when I told you to line up the beacon and the inverted triangle. So to go out, you just come around the corner, have a quick look from there. Okay, and then just skirt the rocks there. There's the blind outside, then go around there to Walker Point.
And is this a rock right there?
Yes.
And stay between the two?
No, you go on the outside of it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a blinder there. You'll see the blinder. I'll go through there with a power boat. But don't do that with the yacht.
That was Mike Jacobs. He calls himself Jakes because there's too many mics around, but he's a legend here at the yacht club and in the Knysna Head. He used to work in the NSRI, which is the rescue folks here that are doing a lot of the sea rescues. He gave us some advice on where to leave. So it looks like the heads aren't that dangerous today. We've checked out the webcam, looks fine.
No breaking waves today.
But we do have to get going because the tide is going to change quickly here. So, yeah.
It's exciting.
Exciting.
Our last hop. This is it, you guys. Like, this is it for the Indian Ocean.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's such a menace. So we are coming around the corner. We're going to be able to see the heads in like 2 seconds flat. But there's white caps in the bay. So it is a bit windy.
What's the wind speed, Ashley?
24 apparent.
Apparently the wind's supposed to die tonight. It's like a diurnal thing here in Knysna and off the coast. But as we get around Cape Agulhas in a day's time, it's supposed to really accelerate around the Cape. So Cape Agulhas and then Cape of Good Hope. So it's going to be an interesting sail. It'll be fast, I think.
This will be the last time we go sailing for a little while. So we're kind of like, it's like bittersweet to be finishing this part because we just aren't sure how long it'll be until the next adventure.
Oh, this is it, guys. You know, we're risk takers, but we're small risk takers. We don't gamble. We just take small, calculated risks, and it's like sailing across an ocean. You know, you don't bite off the whole ocean. You bite off a little bit, and then you learn what season to go, and you learn what sails to use, and you know, all these kind of things, and it just bite off little pieces to create smaller risk. That wasn't very well said, was it?
I think what Ben's saying is you just got to start somewhere. Don't worry about it. And take the locals' advice. When they say don't go, don't go. When they say it's fine, go. And when they say it's going to be a bit lumpy but not a problem, that's fine. And this is nothing. There are no waves here today. When we came in, it was rougher than this, and this is kind of awesome. We're not complaining about this.
What happened?
I don't think that should happen. The door fell out.
We did lose the sliding door. Looks like it bent up here. And right there, actually.
It was really only just one big wave, so we're good. Bodhi's lost the plot. Willa's got Paw Patrol. We're just cruising along slowly. It's kind of nice to go slow.
The last few passages have always had like timelines on them. Like you have to get in before this next weather front comes through. And here in Knysna we had to get here before the slack tide, otherwise it wouldn't be able to get in. So this passage, there is no deadline. We just got to get to Cape Town in one piece. It's actually the easiest part. It's funny, you know, rounding the Cape is going to be less stressful than it has been sailing down the east coast of Africa.
They call it the Wild Coast. I mean, I don't think it's simple.
No, it's not simple. The winds are picking up. The sea stays picking up. We got bigger waves, more white, frothy white caps. And I think this will just keep going until we get to like 40 knots, gusting to 40. Which is not too bad, really, because we're going downwind. But every time you surf one of these waves down, you accelerate down, and then you kind of slow down at the bottom, and you wait for the next one to come behind you, and you surf down that one. So it's pretty fun. Pretty good sailing out here. We're still just running our cruising code 0, which is this thing right here, and the reason for that is because it's on a furler. So we are big fans of furling head sails. You can douse them from the cockpit if it's at nighttime, or you just furl them up. No one needs to come up here. It's so much less risky, so much easier, so much less stress to go with a furling head sail. Ashley wants me to fly the drone. This is the disposable drone, if you guys don't remember or haven't watched that video. It does not fly well, it beeps a lot. Anyways, we're gonna fly because we're just rounding the southernmost point in Africa. It's blowing about 15 to 20 knots from behind. And Ashley would like me to fly this and get a selfie of the whole family up front. I don't know if it'll all work out. We'll see. says it's warming up.
What has to warm up?
I don't know. This is the critical part. I am initializing. Sometimes it's too wavy out. Oh no. Sometimes what happens is the boat moves too much and then the IMU can't initialize, which is I think the stabilization mechanism inside the drone. So we put it lower down, like on the cockpit floor, see if that works. Ready to go. Okay, ready?
Okay, wait, guys.
Let it go. Let it go.
Didn't seem right. Do you see the lighthouse?
Yeah.
That's the southernmost point of Africa. You did it, Will. You went around it.
We're back in the Atlantic. That happened quicker than I thought. I don't know, it's weird to be back in the Atlantic. Smells different, right? I'm sure the water's softer, nicer.
I think here it's cold. And there's big sharks.
Don't want to fall in. What do you think, guys? Should we catch an Atlantic fish?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of color, what kind of lures do they like in the Atlantic? Do you think this is good? Yeah? You like that? See it? Right there. See the pink lure? See it? I can't believe I have two little kids sometimes. And I'm showing them how to fish, showing them how to sail around the world, you know? Like it, I guess it seems unreal because I don't know, I would have never imagined this like 15 years ago, 10 years ago even, that we were doing it. With two little kids now.
You know, it's funny he says that. When we first were talking about it, we made a decision not to have children right away because we wanted to go without kids. Because we thought, I think we were like 28 years old, and we thought if we had kids right then, we couldn't leave until they were 5 and 7 or something, right? We wanted the littlest one to be 5 at least before we left. And here we are with babies on board, literally. So you do not need to wait until your children are 5 and 7. You do not need to wait to have children like we did. Yeah, there's all these rules and these things that you create in your head about what you can and cannot do, and they aren't always accurate. Sometimes if you just get out there and do it, give it a try. You might like it. He wants the blue one out.
I know.
Are we going too fast for the blue rod?
We're going too fast for rod and reel right now. We're doing upwards of 12, 13 knots at times surfing, so I'll just spool the whole wheel. Look at this hair.
Ponytail. Look at the bird.
Let it come to you.
Happy birthday to you. Just kidding. We are celebrating crossing an ocean. We've officially finished crossing the, oh my gosh, we've officially finished crossing the Indian Ocean. And that is a huge milestone. These two little critters have crossed an ocean. Can you believe it?
My question is, what kind of song do you sing for crossing an ocean? It's not Happy Birthday.
Happy ocean to us.
What do you do with the drunken sailor? What do you do with the drunken sailor? What do you do with the drunken sailor? In the morning, Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Put him in the longboat till
He's sober.
Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Early in the morning. Ho hey up she rises. Ho hey up she rises. Ho hey up she rises early in the
morning.
Put him in the cabin with the captain's daughter. Put him in the cabin with the captain's daughter. Put him in the cabin with the captain's daughter. Early in the morning.
You want to eat the cake?
Can you say I crossed the Indian Ocean, Willa? Well, Willa, I can't believe you sailed across an ocean at the age of
2.
2.
Not even 3 yet.
Not even 3. I've lost count how many countries you've been to, how many squalls and storms you've been through. I've lost count of how many bouncy nights you've slept through. But you're one hell of a sailor. You don't even blink when we leave the dock. You just ask for us to put on Paw Patrol. Proud of you too, man. You sleep better when we're on passes than when we're in the harbor.
You've learned to walk while sailing. You don't get seasick.
At least you can't vocalize it.
You don't care about Paw Patrol.
Mom, you cooked like a, you cooked as if we're the king and the queen of England. You've provisioned. You've taken care of your family. You've helped me with weather routing and sailing and repairing and raising 2 kids. I mean, shit, Willa stopped wearing diapers in the Maldives as we crossed the equator there. So it's pretty wild.
And Dad, we couldn't do it without you. You hold this boat together. Aw. I love you.
Love you too.
Next we get to Cape Town. We got some weird squeak down there. We're not sure what that's about. Once we get there, we're going to do a lot of fixing. And then we get to cross the Atlantic Ocean. The thing about the Atlantic Ocean is it's kind of like one fell swoop. You just go for it. Kind of not as like the Indian, eh?
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a lot more docile than the Indian. The Indian has been a lot of currents and countercurrents and weird waves from many directions. Fickle winds, too strong of winds, winds from the nose.
No wind.
No wind. So Atlantic is going to be a lot more consistent. I think I'll just, I don't know, play chess the whole time.
Do you play chess? I don't play chess. I got 2 kids. It's always something on a boat. Ben has decided that there's a squeak back here, and so he's checking it out. It's my turn to go down for shift. It was a pretty uneventful, very lovely shift. Ben came up and we just rigged the code 0, so he'll be going a bit faster, which is good because I'd like to get in daylight if we can into Cape Town, because how cool would that be to sail into Cape Town in daylight instead of the middle of the night? What is it?
I think we have to, I don't know. There's a squeak every time the steering arm moves. It's like squeak, squeak, squeak. And it's right beside your head. And you're sleeping down there. It's just impossible. I don't know.
I think it's on both sides now, hey?
Yeah. I think we need to overhaul our steering arm and hydraulic ram system.
So yeah, that's the plan. There's a lot of work planned. We've started a list. Floors comes to mind. I think floors is the top priority. Headliners. And steering. We're also going to look at some of the Raymarine stuff we've got. Oh my god, the list is endless, but you know what? It's good. It's not unsurmountable.
It is absolutely gorgeous out there. Sun's just coming up. And we are rounding the Point of Good Hope. Look at this. There it is. Woo! Can't believe we did it. 8 years of sailing around the world, and we're at the Point of Good Hope. Got a hand line out back, trying to catch a fish. Wouldn't that be epic? Anyways, we're here. Incredible achievement, I think. Feel good about it. Top of the world! Beautiful sunrise, and there she is, Point of Good Hope. We're an hour or two away from Cape Town. Sun's coming up, hand lines out, try and catch a tuna as we come around here. Wow, what an achievement. When we first started sailing, when we first started the circumnavigation, you think about rounding the southern point of Africa and you think crazy weather and heavy storms, and it does get like that down here, but over the years we've realized that your passage planning, your influence on how much you're exposed to, you know, the weather out here and Mother Nature is directly correlated how good you are at reading weather forecasts. And yeah, it's not at all as scary as we once thought.